Welcome to Dr. A's weekly Healthy Bastards Health Tip. Hey folks, this week's health tip is on Flatus, or the expulsion of gas from your bowel, which obviously is going to be through your anus or your sheriff's badge, your date hole. Some people call Flatus breaking wind. The uncouth people call it farting. That's not me, but some people do. So let's talk about Flatus. So where does intestinal gas come from? If you have a look at this picture of someone's guts or large bowel in particular, you'll note that it's hollow, and in there are a lot of bacteria which are involved with digesting the food. Now these bacteria produce gas, and really it's the bacteria producing this gas which is the main sort of substance of intestinal gas which has to be farted out. Now it's important to understand that farting, Flatus, is normal. These bugs produce up to half a litre to a litre of gas a day, so that means you may have to have 8 to 20 farts a day to sort of just get that gas out. So normal people fart, okay? If someone says to you, no, I do not break wind, tell them they're talking bullshit. Otherwise they'd blow up like a balloon. You've got to get rid of that gas, you got it? Now generally speaking, Flatus or breaking wind or farting doesn't smell. It's just low grade gas being expelled. But in a small percentage of them, depending on what you're eating in particular, it can be pretty high, and this is tied up with the chemicals which are involved with digestion and what are produced, like hydrogen sulfide's one of them that makes farts stinky. So it's always also worth remembering that in the gas of a fart, there's some methane. So in actual fact, you can light your fart, but I would strongly advise against that because you can get to the point where it can actually burn your anus if you're not careful. So generally speaking then, if breaking wind or farting is normal, it shouldn't be a problem. But it does become a problem if things change. You break wind a lot more, or they become intensely smelly all the time. Or if it's an association with other symptoms in your tummy, like abdominal pain, maybe even bleeding from your bum when you pass wind. Or fecal incontinence, it's called, close to the mud, you know what I mean? If you have a fart and bloody poo spray everywhere, maybe something's going on and it needs to be checked out by a doc. Those are the warning signs. But generally, if you start to pass more wind than usual, smellier than usual, it's a dietary thing. And just think about what have you been eating? More cabbage, more salami, and just don't eat it and it will settle down. So that's this week's health tip, fellas. It's embarrassing for me to talk about this stuff, but it's important that you know what farting is, because look, it's your body, and if gas goes out, you want to know where it came from and where it's going. See you next week, fellas. Bye. Hey, and don't forget the International Healthy Bastards cap. I'm just back from Europe, Berlin, Spain, and a trip to Auschwitz. And everywhere we went, we put on Facebook our International Healthy Bastards cap. If any of you folks are traveling overseas and you want to send us back some pictures, well, I'll flick you the traveling hat, take the pickies, then send the cap back and we can give it to someone else. It's all part of promoting the International Healthy Bastards Club.